Hi friends, mom welcome to all. In today's quick learning, we will go through dashboard. We will create dashboard of Adidas. Here we have raw data for Adidas where we have retailer ID, invoice date, region, state, city, product, price unit, unit sold, total sales, operating profit, operating margin in percentage, and sales method like in store or online. So here we have set of data. This one is filter, so remove this filter, clear filter, split region. Okay, and also here clear filter. So these are the set of data and we will be creating dashboard. Now to create a dashboard you will enter new sheet, okay, and you will copy the image from Google. Your image is already copied, this is nothing but the image from Google. So I'm just copying this image and pasting it here, okay, and this image same taken from Google, so you can paste it and you can format it as required, as needed. You can format that image and place it where it looks better. And to add this text you will insert and add the text. I'm just adding it using this, okay. You can insert the text from where, insert and word art text. You can insert the text and type the Adidas sales data. Now to insert or to create a data, we here we can see some KPIs are there: operating profit, total sales, number of units sold, and average operating margin. So now to create this KPIs, you will go under your dashboard page and you will insert here the operating profit. So let's add here operating profit, okay. Operating profit, you want the value for operating profit under this cell. For that you will add the pivot or create pivot using your data, okay. Here we have our raw data and insert pivot using this data. Insert, go to your pivot table and insert pivot in new sheet. So this new sheet is created here, moving this sheet number 4 to this one, okay. This is our pivot raw data or raw sheet from which we will pull data or KPIs. Now we want first as operation profit. For operation profit, you will click under pivot that same page. Okay. Just let's click under the sheet. Move to this one. And then operating profit and the total sales. Not the total sales, only the operating profit, value for the operating profit. If you want you can add the invoice also, but we don't need the invoice, so you can select that, deselect that, or you can add the invoice date so that later you can filter as per your requirement. Now to copy this data to your dashboard page, you will go to your dashboard page, this one, and do equal to, go to your raw data. This is the operating profit, enter. Now whatever value is there in that cell is copied here. You can merge this cell and to format this, you can do like this. Now to format this, set as border and you can color this to some format like this. Same way, and bold, and this one is merge and center. Merge and bold. Same way, we can create another KPIs called as total sales, number of units sold, average profit. So total sales for that, okay, I'm just formatting here, uh, make it undo, Copy this format and paste. Here you will write as total sales. Total sales. Okay. And for total sales amount, in that pivot page, same, under this pivot page you will create another pivot. To create new pivot, just copy this and paste it here, so that duplicate is created. And instead of this operating profit, we need the total sales. Okay, total sales. And to add that, in this field equal to, you will select the value as total sales. So total sale is selected. If you want, you can format it to general and comma for numbers. So like this, and comma for numbers. Next, we need is the number of units sold and operating margin. So number of units sold, go to your this one, units sold. Delete this first cell. Okay, number of units sold. So I'm just copying this pivot, pasting it. This is the one time activity, so that next time when data is added, you will just refresh the page and automatically dashboard page is refresh. Okay, now we will go for number of units sold. So remove this total sales and go for price per unit and unit sold. Unit sold. Unit sold, we need the total as counts. So you will go under field setting, click under that arrow, value field setting, and go for option as count and okay. So these are the total units sold. And now click under the your pivot dashboard page, equal to unit sold. Click under that unit sold and enter. In this way we can create next one KPI. Copy this format and paste it here. Okay. In this we need the operating margin. Okay. Now go to your pivot raw data here once again. Select this, paste, and instead of invoice date, unit sold, remove this and operating margin. Operating margin. Operating margin should be in percentage. For that, value field setting, and it should be in average. If you want average operating field margin, so operating field margin in percentage, this is the average one. Now to add this to your dashboard page, click under this equal to and select that value where operating field value is there, this one. Okay, and it should be in percentage, so we will go for this. Now to insert the timeline or the date field, which you can see here. Okay, to invoice that, to add the invoice date, we need that value where we have the invoice and total sales, this one. And we will insert the timeline. How we can insert the slicer, how we had added the slicer, same way we can insert the timeline. To insert the timeline, insert timeline. This will work only with the pivot having date, not with the raw data. See here we can see date. Okay, in raw data, if I go here insert timeline, it will not work. But when we click under pivot table where your pivot data is, okay, let me click under this page and then insert timeline, it will select the, it will ask you to add this as the timeline because it has the date, and this one is added. Copy this or cut and you can paste this here. Okay, and you can color it or format it as per your page or size it. So it will show you, if you select particular month, it will show data for that month. Okay, I'm just removing filter. Now let's add the some slicer as the region wise and product wise. To add the slicer, you can add slicer from here, region wise. So region wise is here, insert slicer. You want slicer for region and product. two slicers are added. Let's move this slicer to your dashboard page. Select that slicer and select second one, cut, and move it to your dashboard page. In this way we can create the slicer, and then you can format it as per your color, background color. Let's add it, and then you can format it like a size, resize it as per the page. And to color this slicer, double click on that or go to slicer setting and then change the color. Okay, in this way we can create the slicer. Now let's create the graph as a line graph having total sales and the date wise. So we need that kind of data having date and the total sales. For that, you will insert here and line chart. Okay, this is the line chart. Cut this and paste it where your raw data or dashboard page is, and you can size it as per your page, somewhere like this. Okay, now to format this chart area, double click. Let's go for gradient fill. It has considered this color. You can change it as another color if you want, like this. Then in this chart we can see this legend, it's not required, and you can remove this y-axis and add the data label. For that, you will click under this chart area, double or do the right click, or click under that chart area. You can see your chart elements, remove that legend, gone, and remove the grid lines, it's gone. And to x-axis